the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA Finals on 2K Sports. Game 3 brings us our first change of scenery, but what hasn't changed are my colleagues. At home in any arena, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And the series tonight takes place in Cleveland, where it'll be the Cavaliers going up against the Golden State Warriors. Well, for the Warriors, they weren't able to capitalize on their home court advantage in Game 2 and now look to get back on the winning track. We'll see how they do. And an interesting one here tonight. Technically, this is not an elimination game, but Kenny, for one team, it does seem kind of like a must-win, doesn't it?
Well, I agree. It's not like it's day one of the NBA season where you got a whole season to figure this out. You got to get it done right now, and it could be impossible to come back. You got to get this win and recapture momentum.
Forget what he's talking about, Ernie. You need to treat this like an elimination game. And there's only one way to come out and play dominant. Bring the light. Bring the fight. Bring it tonight. 100% focus, baby.
Oh, man, you should put a beat under that. Yeah. Bring the light, bring the fight, bring it back tonight. Wow.
Go ahead, Kenny.
Okay. Bring the light. Bring the fight. And if you ain't here, bring it all tonight. 100% focus, y'all.
DJ Kenny.
Beat that, Kevin Harlan.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Game 3 of the NBA Finals. The Cavaliers come into Game 3 up 2-0. Will their relentless desire thrust them to a third straight victory? The scenery changes to hostile ground as they face off against the Golden State Warriors. Which heroes will rise? The NBA playoffs start now.
Coming to you live on 2K Sports, it's time for NBA action. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. The crowd here in anticipation of their home team Cavaliers in an interconference battle here at the Quicken Loans Arena. And it's the Cavaliers to start out. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, lethal shooting pair of Clay and KD out on the perimeter. It's small ball with Iguodala and Green down low. And it's Curry in at the point guard. The Cavaliers shooting their first free throws of the night. First one falls for him.
I think about it, there's not many times that Kevin Love is out on the floor where he's forcing much of the action. He eases into spots on the floor, is ready to shoot and score. Very natural playing this game.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Iguodala dishes to Green. Thompson outside, fires the three, cans it from downtown. Thompson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
How about the overall ball movement? Green whipping the rock over to his open teammate. Good look.
Love outside. He kicks to LeBron. Back to Love. Shot clock at 3. For 3, Smith. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. And the Warriors with possession here. They come into this game after losing on Saturday.
And no matter how well you defend, when you shoot that poorly, it's going to be a very difficult challenge for you to get a win.
Yeah, almost impossible, really. It was one of those games where almost everyone on the roster had that off night. Inside and out, ice cold.
Here's LeBron after the made shot from Klay Thompson. And it's LeBron missing.
I still love the shot selection. The defense wasn't really a factor. You need to be more aggressive guarding the mid-range.
Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Durant, the pass to Thompson. It's not going to go for him. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to James.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he knocks down the first one.
I think about LeBron James, and it's not about the job, it's how you do the job. And he's been a professional every season that he's been in the association.
Here's Livingston. McGee is screen on Clarkson. Green, the screen. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Warriors ahead, up 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Quicken Loans Arena. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range. He told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
I mean, we're 5-6 feet outside that three-point line. If I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this Splash brother to let her rip.
And we're set to get started again for the next bit of action in this game 3. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game stats-wise?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin this second quarter. Livingston and Thompson are the guards. West is out there with Young. And it's McGee in at the 5, roaming the paint. The Cavaliers trail by 6. We're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Nance a screen. Green kicks to James. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, LeBron going up strong on the inside doesn't give the D a chance to block his shot and carves out just enough room.
Screen by Young. And they call an illegal screen here.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
A lot of this is just poor effort right now. He knows what the timing of the play should be and gets a little lazy about what it could be.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Nance. Love comes in for LeBron. J.R. Smith's checked in for Kyle Korver. And it's Hill in for Clarkson. Now here is Hill. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Lets it go from deep. That falls. Great assist by Love.
I admire how well Love is playing on the offensive end, realizing that one of his teammates is open, so get him the ball.
And here is Durant. There's a screen. Picked by Pachulia. Durant kicks to Curry. And another 3 for Golden State.
Oh, a little punch, counter punch action. Neither side flinching here.
Yeah, both sides trying to keep up with one another, but doing it from distance.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Warriors lead by 4. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. What a showing tonight. A sold-out building is where the action is happening. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Well, for the Warriors, they were doing anything they could to gain traction in this championship matchup. Already down 2-0, they may need a monster second half to claim their first victory of the series. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, your offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
Looking at Cleveland, Shaq, your thoughts?
Scoring in the paint, that's an area where they can improve. With the defense sagging in, they settle for a lot of jump shots in the first half. Coming out of the break, I think it'll be better running off pick and rolls, hitting cutters, moving toward the hoop, that old Boston Celtics style basketball.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
Welcome back to our coverage of the NBA Finals. More action straight ahead. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And everything magnified in a game of this magnitude. The microscope clearly on their go-to guy, and he came up huge in that first half.
And there's something in the eyes in the warm-ups that I saw. So when the stakes get raised, he just gets better.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. Warriors leading by 4. The two stars, LeBron and Love, making up the forward positions. Hill is out there with Smith. And it's Thompson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue. And out of bounds, the Cavaliers will take it. Hill with it. Love with the screen for Hill. Here's Thompson. Green with the block.
Oh, I like the extension there from Draymond Green, reaching out and timing that one.
Durant, no good. The Cavaliers trail by 4. LeBron outside. Love with the screen for James. In the corner, Smith with it. Just 5 on the clock. Puts it up from 12. Count that bucket. Smith's got the first points of the second half up on the board for the Cavs.
Yeah, you don't want J.R. Smith to get room to shoot, especially from the mid-range there. He's very effective at scoring just about anywhere on the floor.
Now, here's Thompson. 8 points for him. Stolen by Thompson. For the tie, James dishes to Hill. Kicks it out to Love. Cleveland moving it around. It's a pick by Love. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Golden State's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. Pass to Curry for the 3. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists now in this one.
That's what you pay to see. Steph Curry, three-pointer, just impeccable form.
Smith with a screen on Thompson. LeBron left side. Open jump shot off the mark.
And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
Well, the best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. That's a shot that you want to take.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Warriors ahead. They lead by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Steve Kerr.
Get a couple stops, we get a couple runouts, we get into our flow. All right? Keep the ball moving, keep the intensity.
Steve Kerr asking his guys just to keep up the pace, playing selfishly, basically be yourself, stay in character.
Yeah, I mean, he knows what this team is capable of. Just looking for a couple of plays to really kind of kickstart that engine and give them that little sustainable groove.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Setting the floor for the Warriors. They've got Young. Livingston is out there with Steph Curry. Then there's Pachulia. And it's Bell in at the 4 spot. Now here's Korver. Outside, Green. Young with the steal.
Awesome defense. Just outstanding effort to reach his big hands in there and just rip the ball away.
Pass to Curry. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Here's Korver for 3. The offensive rebound. Nance. Excellent D there from Pachulia.
Credit the defense, wisely avoiding fouling the shooter. Don't want to give up a personal there. And he made him attempt a difficult layup.
Not completely over, but it's getting close.
Yeah, but you still got to play this one out. Near impossible, but I've seen stranger things happen.
Now here's Korver. Good on the first, and that trims the lead to 6. A different look now for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Nance. Kevin Love comes in for Jeff Green. And Smith subbed in for Kyle Korver. Different look here for the Warriors. JaVale McGee's checked in for Pachulia. Kevon Looney comes in for Bell. Kevin Durant's checked in for Young. And it's Thompson in for Sean Livingston. Now, here's Thompson. Durant with a wide open look. Nailed from three-point land. And the Warriors lead by 8.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
I can imagine a lot of things right now, but a comeback, that's not one of them.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Klay Thompson.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
Some players rise to the occasion in the playoff spotlight, and some wilt under it. We know which type he is. What a stunning night for him. And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in, and James throws it down.
Oh, LeBron right through the defense this time. Incredible at finishing off that one.
And that's an intentional foul. .34 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Thompson is double. Durant against Love. And an intentional foul right there. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Iguodala's leadership is really unsurpassed. Steve Kerr calling him the adult in the room. His teammates definitely listen and respect all things that he offers up.
Timeout called, Cleveland. They're behind by 8. 23 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Korver gets a wide open look. Cleveland the rebound. Nance passes to Smith. It falls! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
J.R. Smith has some big-time guts, and that's a big-time shot.
And he commits the intentional foul. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Curry against Hill. And a miss there on the triple. And he commits the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
I think there's been a massive shift in the way that kids look to work on their basketball game, and Steph Curry is the guy to thank for that. It's such a special use of skills and things he does in the offseason to do the things that he does out on the basketball floor.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. Things were looking bleak for him, obviously, coming into this game, but with tonight's win, Greg, they are right back in it.
And that's the fight this team has. They don't care what the odds are. They are going to keep battling, and suddenly we've got a series on our hands.
We sure do. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Steph, everyone knows you do a lot of different things for this team, but what would you say your primary focus is?
Trying to just take responsibility of my defensive duties. Pushing the point guard, force them in a different situation, difficult shots. Being our first, line of defense as they're bringing the ball up, putting pressure on them, and try to take them out their offense. That's a lot of great point guards in this league, so I got to be able to do that all year and try to get a good start to that this season.
That's what franchise players do, play at both ends. Thank you, Steph. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, that'll do it. Thanks for joining us for Game 3 of the NBA Finals. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you next time.